Dr. Dana from GBS on my way to work on a snowy, kind of rainy, snowy day mix, I guess, what it is. Won't be looking at the camera because I am driving and I want to keep my eyes on the road, but I know by the time I get to work I don't think of these things. So one of the topics that has come up recently is NET, N-E-T, Natural Environment Training. And I thought I'd talk about it for a minute here. So when you're doing NET, you're teaching in the natural environment. So that means it's not contrived, you're not setting stuff up, you're really working with what the child has interest in. So if the child is playing with a play set, you're expanding skills while you're playing at the play set. You're helping generalize skills. You're working with what the child's interests are. For example, let's say we're playing house with dolls and you're rocking the baby, and one of your child's skills is imitation. So you might hand the baby over and ask, can you rock the baby for me? I'm gonna go fill the bottle. And see if the child will rock the baby. They just saw you rock the baby, they heard the instructions, so it's a mix of imitation and receptive. And it's something that they're already interested in and something they're already playing with. You can do that through a variety of toys and activities. As adults, I think this is a lot harder because we forget how to play as adults, and we really have to make sure that we're using their current interest, what they're currently playing with or interacting with. Now, one thing I've seen a lot recently is individuals kind of confusing this and taking table targets or intensive teaching targets into play. That is not NET. So, for example, if my child is playing with the basketball and putting it into the hoop, I suddenly ask, where do you live? Or I do a fill-in, like wheels on the, which have nothing to do with the activity the child's engaging in. If you want to turn an activity like throwing a basketball into a hoop into a NET activity, you could do 1, 2, 3, throw. Or, imitation with throwing, taking turns, doing fill-ins with throwing. So 1, 2, 3, and then have the child say throw as they throw it. So they're also labeling their own action. But you're working with the current activity. So it's a small and big difference at the same time. I've heard people, while they're at snack or lunch with kids, suddenly throw out questions like, where do you live? What's your phone number? What's your name? That's not stuff that you would typically do during snack. It's more table work, and it's not really a natural environment to ask those questions. So some questions or some things that you can do at snack is, would you like 3 gummies or 5 gummies? Let's count them. That way you're using the items the child is playing with and something that they're very interested in, and it becomes self-motivating when you do this. When you add in table targets to the natural environment, that is not NET, and it sounds kind of awkward, and it's kind of odd for the child too. So let's really be cognizant of what NET is, how it's implemented, and how it's not implemented. So thank you. Have a great day, guys.